I caught that on camera. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alex back again with another video. I know it's been a while since my last video. I haven't really been in the mood to film. Nothing been going on, just haven't really been up for filming a video. For those of you who may or may not be wondering, Jenny is to my right hand side. She's going to take a break from being in the background of my videos. She's not been feeling herself, so she wants to take some time out being in my videos. But anyway.
You made it sound like I was a massive part of them. I mean,
You are a massive part of my videos. Yeah, anyway. Continuing on with my series of best albums through the 80s. The last time I did this, we did 1983. So I'm sure that video was like a couple weeks ago. So it's definitely been a while since I've done a part to this. But yeah, so I should probably bring the series back because I definitely want to finish it this time around. So anyway, 1984 this time, as you can guess. Same things as always, my personal opinion. There may be some albums I'm missing off of this list. I either don't own them or they're not in my top 10. If your favourite album is not in here, I apologise beforehand. Obviously it's my opinion. And I also want to apologise if you can hear any noise from the streets outside. It's still really hot in this flat after the record-breaking heat that we've just had here in the UK.
Seriously, that was record-breaking.
It was record-breaking heat. It was, I think it was hot enough to be like just an average day in Australia. Over here, it was like maybe 38. I think about 38 degrees Celsius. It was really humid, and it's still quite humid, but at least we've got a cool breeze now to cool us down. But this flat is still really, really warm. It's a sun trap during the day, so obviously we've got the sunlight beaming in all day, every day.
We don't have the fan on because it's filming a video.
Yeah, and we would have the fan on, but because I'm filming, it would make a lot of noise, and I think it's actually cooler in here without the fan on.
Yeah, I've got to agree,
Like, that doesn't make much sense. But anyway.
Sorry.
I'll
shut up now and I'll let you.
It's fine. I was rambling on anyway, because we're 3 minutes in and I still haven't shown any vinyl, so.
You never do.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
you
let's.
Wait till like 6 minutes and you start showing.
Yeah, I know. It's great. But yeah, let's get on with the video. My top 10 albums of 1984. So coming in at number 10, Glenn Jones. Finesse, soul R&B album. Really love this album. I think it's his first full-length album, because he had like a mini album out before this. Yeah, it's got the title track Finesse on it. Meet Me Halfway There, which is one of my favourites from him. You alright? You good? Yeah, as I was saying, before Jenny started choking on her food.
Sorry.
Yeah, Finesse by Glenn Jones. The title track's great. Meet Me Halfway There, which is on this, is also probably my favourite track on the album. It's got Show Me is on here. Everlasting Love. It's just a really, really good album. I'll just stop myself saying incredible then, because I know Jenny would have mocked me for saying it. But yeah, Glenn Jones, Finesse. Coming in at number 10, really nice soul R&B album. Not the only one we're going to see in this video, but one I think needed to be mentioned. Number 9, Scorpions, Love at First Sting. I know a lot of you are going to say this album should be higher on the list. I think originally when I did this it was. But honestly, the only reason I grabbed this album was for the song Rock You Like a Hurricane, which I'll admit is probably my least favourite song on the album now that I've listened to this all the way through, but I still really love that song. I think it's incredible. Anyway, just a really good like metal album. I believe this is maybe a Swiss pressing or something. I remember it being unique because when I showed it off before, everyone had said they've never seen this album with the Harvest label on it before. This is a Swiss pressing of the album. Really nice. Just a really solid album from Scorpions. I need to check out more of their discography. I believe they had an album out this year, or either them or I'm probably getting confused. But Scorpions Love at First Sting, the only Scorpions album I own. So someone please let me know where I should go after that. But for now, that album comes in at number 9. At 8, REO Speedwagon, Wheels Are Turning. Has the song, the big hit Can't Fight This Feeling on it. I really like REO Speedwagon. I think I follow quite a few channels in the vinyl community who also like REO Speedwagon. I believe Billy Hurst from Riverbend Records is a big REO Speedwagon fan.
Ooh, name drop.
I believe Brandon from Mr. Hall of Fame is also a big REO Speedwagon fan. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon. But yeah, definitely one of my favourite. A band I think is very underrated, maybe even overlooked at times, but they've had some great songs, especially in the 80s. I really love 80s REO, so of course had to pull this, show it, give it a mention. Absolutely a really, really good album there. That was 8, so 7 is going to be SOS Band. Just the Way You Like It. This is another soul R&B album. You're probably struggling to see the cover because of that glare. There we go. This is probably, it's definitely maybe my second favourite album from them. It's not my favourite, but it's a good album. I don't know if SOS Band have a bad album. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't own all of their albums, but I have definitely listened to them at some point. The title track for this one's really good. No One's Gonna Love You is another really good track on here, as is Weekend Girl. That's all of side 1 I've just mentioned there. Can't go wrong with a bit of SOS Band and their album Just the Way You Like It. I had to put on the list somewhere. It's a shame I couldn't put it higher, but the rest of these albums I probably do listen to just a tiny bit more. So what was that? 7? 7, yeah. Number... I've grabbed the wrong album. Back in a minute. Right, sorry about that, guys. I mistakenly grabbed the wrong album. I don't know how I managed it, but anyway, moving on. Number, where is it? 1, 2, 3. That was 7. This is 6. The Works by Queen. I have always liked this album, mainly for songs like Radio Gaga and I Want to Break Free. Hammer to Fall is a good track on here as well. I do like Queen quite a bit, especially 80s Queen. But yeah, this one's only lower because it probably is the Queen album out of the ones that I own that I play the least. That's not taken away from the album. It's still really, really good. But yeah, love this Queen album. Wanted to put it higher, but everything else on my list I probably listen to just a bit more. So that's why it's only, number 6 on my list. Number 5 is going to be Rat, Out of the Cellar. Another album with Glare on it. There we go, that's a bit better. I wasn't into Rat before a couple years ago when they used a couple of their songs in Cobra Kai, the TV show, and as that's one of my favourite shows, I've studied the soundtrack, sort of learned about what's on it, and I've realised there's a couple of Rat songs used in it, and I really, really like it. I think the song Round and Around is used in Cobra Kai. Fun fact, also used in Warrior, the movie about the wrestler. Yeah, this is a great album. I really have come to love Rat as a band, quickly becoming one of my favourite metal bands. So of course, when I found this, I still worked at the record store when I found this. Yeah, I really do think Rat quickly becoming a favourite metal band of mine, and I'm glad I was lucky enough to start at their first album, Out of the Cellar. So yeah, there's that one. Number 5, again, not my favourite album from Rat that I've listened to, but definitely a good one at that. I need to stretch out my legs because they are going dead.
You actually looked really comfortable until like literally 2 seconds ago.
I was not comfortable at all. Number 4, Wham! Make It Big. I'm assuming you guys all know this album. George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley at their best, in my opinion. Andrew Ridgeley. Ridgeley.
What are you saying?
I was just arguing with you.
What are you saying?
Ridgeley. Andrew Ridgeley.
I thought you were saying Ridley.
No, Ridgeley.
I was like, no.
Andrew Ridgeley, yeah, that's what I
It's
said.
actually Wrigley, but okay.
Right, this has Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, has Everything She Wants, the original version of Freedom, Careless Whispers on this. Love this album, love Wham! And George Michael's music. I think they're really, really good. And this album is, I'd argue, their best together. And I've got a favourite George Michael album for when he went solo, but I'll talk about that some other time. I'm sure I've mentioned it at some point anyway, but yeah, there's Make It Big by Wham! At 4. 3 is going to Change of Heart. The title track is fantastic, as is You Are My Melody. Of course, Change had Luther Vandross make some cameos throughout their career as like a guest vocalist. I don't know if he was actually ever an official member. I know I've said before that he was an official member, but I think I learned recently he was never an official member. Just made some vocal guest appearances in a couple of tracks. But of course, my favourite Change album always has been, probably always will be. Yeah, I really, really love this album. There is one more R&B album coming up in just a moment that does top this for me. for R&B from '84. But that one is pretty damn close to the album I'm about to talk to, and that's Kashif, Send Me Your Love. I nearly swapped the two around just because this album I don't like anywhere near as much as his first. His first album is in my top 10 albums of all time. Kashif, of course, if you don't know, I've talked about him a lot on my channel. He has produced for people like Melvin Moore, George Benson, Kenny G. He's produced for. He's worked with a lot of people, but he was also a member of BT Express later on in their career, so he had that going for him as well. But of course, he did have a lot of solo stuff out. Not a lot, but some stuff, and I try and collect anything with his name on it. If he's produced it, written it, whatever, I'll try and get it. But of course, Baby Don't Break Your Baby's Heart was a big song on this album, and Ooh Love is maybe my favourite song on here. Really, really good. Call Me Tonight is a great instrumental track as well. Just really great stuff from Kashif. Every song on here, as it says on the back, written, arranged and produced by Kashif. Absolutely great stuff. And of course, as he makes special, and there's a special thanks on this album to Stevie Wonder as well, who is my favourite artist of all time, for those of you who didn't know. I'm sure I've mentioned that once or twice on this channel. But yeah, Kashif, Send Me Your Love is my second favourite album from 1984. But I guess you guys are probably wondering what my favourite album from 1984 is. And after looking it over, thinking about it, there is one album that I just could not put at number one other than this, because the emotion I had when I first heard this for the first time was unreal. It's Talk Talk, It's My Life. Now, The Colour of Spring was my introduction to Talk Talk and will forever hold a soft spot in my heart when it comes to the band. But this album, I don't know if it can be touched when it comes to Talk Talk's discography. The title track is maybe is the big single off here. Such a Shame is a great song. Does Caroline Know another really good song on here? Absolutely, just really, really good stuff. And of course, 84. Like I said, great year for music. Probably one of my favourite years when it comes to music from the 80s, and this album really makes it for me. So there it is. Talk Talk, It's My Life is my favourite album from 1984. So yeah. So So with that said and done, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Turn on the bell notification. That way you never miss an upload. And let's have a friendly discussion in the comments. What is your favourite album from 1984? Or if you want to go more in depth, what's your top 10 albums of 1984? Because I'd be interested to know. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning back into the channel, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.
I forgot.